At around 5:30 a.m. we hit the road to Bunagana border, about 15 kilometers from Kisoro town, to catch up with hundreds of Congolese refugees who spent the night out in the cold. Mothers, children and their fathers all share the verandas with their belongings in an area where temperatures drop below 16 degrees centigrade every night. Since the conflict erupted between the M23 rebels and government forces last week, thousands of people fled to Uganda, that is at the border of Bunagana. They sleep on the streets just like you're seeing, and they're not sure as to when this state of affairs will come to an end.
Imibereho ntayo urukura uko turyamwe turaraga ibiryo ntabyo nukubera aho ngaho uri kumva Kongo yabaye nabi none si twakora iki nugutegereza uwo hejuru
turukurara ahangaha abasambo bakaza kugomba kwiba nk'utundu tw'umuntu afite ta mibereho myiza dufite muri iki gihe.
Not far from here is this open space where more than 100 refugees are living, and when the skies open at night, they have nowhere to run to. They have no latrine and even nowhere to go, but most concerned, they have nothing to eat and drink. We then move to Nyakabande Transit Center, where over 16,000 refugees are staying. Up to date, police vehicles continue to ferry more Congolese refugees from Bunagana, although the numbers have declined from 1,500 refugees every day to about 600. But how do they ensure that the fleeing Congo army or rebels do not disguise themselves into the camp?
Question is we said to them, guide us to identifying exactly, are these people refugees? Are they from Congo?
Although the conditions are much better than those at the border, they receive only 2 meals a day, that is breakfast and dinner.
Rather maize flour and the cowpeas, then beans.
Maize bread is ready, but it is not yet time to eat for these people who once had enough to eat. Those who fled with some pocket change prepare something before the general meal that is already served at around 5 p.m. Considering around 20% of the entire population in Kisoro district is currently here, in an area about 400 square meters, it is an ideal breeding ground for diseases.
We see most of common diseases, respiratory symptoms due to the weather conditions, but nothing abnormal. And also, of course, we have a number of deliveries.
All the refugees' fingerprints, names and origin are entered into the system before they are transferred to Ramanje refugee settlement, about 280 kilometers from here. There are some reports that more refugees are fleeing through Kasese as the fighting between M23 rebels gets close to Goma after Rangabo was captured today by the rebels. The future of the other people who have not yet fled Congo depends on when the conflict will end, with unconfirmed reports suggesting that Congo President Joseph Kabila wants the rebel leader Sultan dead or alive. Sudil Biarhanga, NTV.